rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal. For how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the resolve. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who we caught up in using what I was taught with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, I'll cast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the #1 Chief Rock in Knicks Universe, your main man, Uncle Freezie. And welcome to the premiere Knicks in the Nighttime show. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Before we get started, let me bring in my guy. Yo, what's good, boss man?
My man, what's good, bro?
Man, I'm chilling. Shout out to the chat. Good to have y'all here.
Shout him out.
Fish is in the building. Cormega was good. I see you. The son of the legend, Kerry Cox, is in the building. Mark was good. King Embert was happening. Man, I see y'all. What's good, everybody? Lee. Didn't I tell them 60 wins?
Yes, you did.
Okay. All right. Hey, before it get too crowded in here, man, I just want to get your thoughts on what you saw last night or a little while ago.
I saw some good, a whole lot of ugly. It was a tough loss. And unfortunately, our two best players didn't show up, just to say the least. I'm not jumping out the window. I mean, I'm gonna take of course, the bitter with the sweet. But I saw some good things, as far as our defense. And one thing this team showed me is what they showed me from last year. We still tough. We're still a tough team. We're not no pushovers. And if our two best players would have showed the hell up today, we'd have been writing their obituary on this Boston team.
Right.
So
Right.
I mean, they and to be real with you, what I did see and what I did like is the fact that we fought back.
Right.
We fought back. And the two players that we needed to step up this season stepped up.
Yeah.
And was pretty much consistent the whole game.
Yeah.
Grind showed me a little something. He knocked out a couple of big shots. I was shocked. He wasn't like Mr. Doink. And Hart knocked out a couple of big shots. He surprised me with that. I wasn't expecting him. I wasn't expecting that from him. And he got a couple of tough rebounds. But I still don't like him playing that four position, or even RJ playing that four position, because even though we scrapped to get those rebounds with Hartenstein and stuff like that, I feel like it would have been a lot easier if we'd had some size. You know,
Right.
DiVincenzo just did what he did. You know, he showed up, but he really didn't do anything to
Right.
impress me. You know, make me say, okay, he was worth signing. Other than maybe we didn't have that issue of getting the ball up. But outside of that, wow,
Right.
we shouldn't. Wow, that's
Yeah. And
if I can
yeah.
say some things. If I can say some things, then more power to it.
Yeah. Um.
You could just glare up.
There were a lot of things I saw tonight that were very
Mm-hmm.
impressive, and then there were some
Mm-hmm.
things that reminded me that we're a player or two short. Right. So there were some things
Mm-hmm.
that kind of frustrated me tonight.
Bro,
Right.
I almost smoked a whole pack of cigarettes watching the
Or
game.
man, in like 2 hours. In,
Yo,
in 2 hours, bro.
my, my chest is hurting.
On
like,
fire.
like, yo, what the heck is going on?
So for the people that have never chain smoked before, it's like
Hmm.
it's it's like you got hot rocks in your chest. You know what I'm saying?
Oh God,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
man.
It's like you got hot gravel in your chest.
Yo, man, I hate to say this, man. I hope not, man. Matter of fact, I might gonna put this in existence. But
Right.
boy, boy, oh
Man.
my God,
Man.
man, I almost smoked. I mean, a whole pack,
A
sitting there
whole
stressing.
My voice is
That's why
gone already. I sound like Doc Rivers already. And it's game one.
I I know, man. 81 more to go, bro. You ready for this? 'Cause I mean, I'm built for it, bro. Wow.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to figure it out, brother. I'm trying to
Hmm.
figure it out. Bully was on with us earlier, and my
Hmm.
fans was like, he just, bro. And so for everybody watching, for everybody new, um,
Hmm.
um, of course we're gonna recap the box score a little bit, but on this show, generally for this channel, we generally do analysis. We don't do the box score stuff. Um, but let me first say this: the Boston Celtics have a really good team, right? The Celtics have a
Hmm.
good team. Let's
Hmm.
give them some credit for
Well,
putting a
I knew
good
they
team
weren't gonna be no
together,
pushovers.
right?
I knew they weren't gonna be no pushovers. I mean, for all that money they invested, you know,
Right.
they look pretty good. But I also seen some things that they're gonna have problems themselves
Yeah.
because they rely on the three too much. So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. They rely on that three, and they didn't really hit it at a high
Mm-mm.
percentage against us.
Nope.
Yeah, they were 12 of 39 from three.
Hmm.
Right.
Whereas we're almost, well, without those few misses at the end in the fourth quarter, we were at like a 50% clip,
Yeah.
or just below it.
Yeah, we shot 43.9% from three.
Hmm.
Our first few shots out there, we took, I think Mike Breen said we took 20 straight shots without shooting a three-pointer. So we came
Hmm.
in attacking the paint. That was our plan.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
what are you drinking? An RJ Barrett?
Nah, I was drinking some water.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Out of a ginger ale bottle because I was like,
Oh, I saw
man,
Canada Dry. I didn't.
yeah, yeah, I know.
That's
But he wasn't dry today.
Nah, he
He
wasn't dry
wasn't
today
dry
though.
today.
He wasn't dry today. Yeah.
And for all you people who saying that man starts off slow, I think he's trying to change the narrative on that guy.
Yeah, man.
That's for sure.
Yeah, man. So a few key things I saw tonight. Um, some things that happened last year are not going to be easy this year. Jalen Brunson is going to have to step his game all the way up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just based on the game that I saw at 7 o'clock,
Mm-hmm.
I thought Jalen Brunson was an elite NBA scorer. Maybe he's not. And I know it's one game.
Mm-hmm.
But Boston had elite defenders on the floor all night. And Jalen
Mm-hmm.
Brunson struggled. Julius Randle struggled.
Mm-hmm.
And salute to JJ. JJ's in the building. Salute to King Ribby. Salute to Sherwin.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, JJ, listen, man. I held it down all summer, bro. I told y'all we was going to win 60 games. Right? And on the worst game we could possibly play, we lose by 4 to Boston. Right? Lee,
Sir.
should we use this game as a indicator on how good the team is, or should we just take this as game one, the first step, blah, 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 and then, move on to Atlanta?
Let's take this as the latter of what you just said. Because remember, last year we lost a tough one to Memphis.
Right.
A game we should have won.
Right.
This is another one of those games we should have won.
We should have won.
But we came out flat in the beginning. Our two best players just did not show up at all.
Right.
And I mean, there's nothing to cry about or be upset. I just think this is just one out of 81, and it was a tough loss, but it was one of those, we blew it. You know what I mean? It's just that we didn't have a couple of shots. I'm gonna say this: when we blew the game for real, is on the free throw line. That's
Yeah.
where we blew the game.
Right.
And our best players, if we would have knocked down 10 of those free throws, ain't no way in hell we'd have lost that game.
Right. Right.
For real, we would have been up by 10 because we outplayed them. We
Yeah.
outplayed them three out of the 4 quarters. The first quarter, they destroyed us.
They destroyed us in that first.
They destroyed us in that first quarter. I was sitting there biting my nails, you know what I'm saying, puffing away. And I'm saying to myself, what are we going to do? And then it just turned to the round.
Right.
Cranked up the defense. And when we got that lead, we should have never let it go. And that's just what it is. Excuse me.
Right. Right. I ain't even gonna hold you, boss man. I ain't even gonna hold you. So salute to our guy Big Tone. Big Tone is in the building. What's good, boss?
What's up, big bro?
I think the coaching staff did everything possible to get our guys in the best position to win. Right. I think our coaching staff did an outstanding job tonight.
Yes, I do agree.
And on top of that, on top of just doing a good job there, I'm not even gonna hold you. All this criticism of Tom Thibodeau from last year, we got to throw that out.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah.
Throw it out the window.
Because
throw it out the window.
Because one of the things was that Tom Thibodeau don't make adjustments. Well, at halftime, at halftime, we came out and we jumped back all over Boston. You know what I'm saying? We jumped all over Boston. And the thing is, Boston's a good team. We lost. Right. I mean, the Knicks don't come out the gate with sorry teams. We always play great teams at the start of the season. I mean, we don't come out and play like the Pistons or nobody like that out the gate. We don't play Charlotte out the gate and something like that, man. You know, we play the big boys, and you know, and the thing is, man, we lost. So what? So it might. So it's on to Atlanta, but I do want to speak about a few things though. Quentin Grimes has got to shoot the ball.
We got to look for him too, though.
Chat, Quentin Grimes has got to shoot it. They got to look for him. That's true. But when they find him, he got to shoot.
He knock it down.
Yeah. Yeah. And see, the thing is with Grimes is I pointed out a couple of things, right? The kick to Grimes on the wing for 3 should be a shot attempt by Quentin Grimes.
Easy.
Right. When they kick it to him and then he kicks it to RJ Barrett in the corner for 3, that, in my opinion, that's a bad play. Right. Because if I ask you which player is the better shooter, I'm confident that you would tell me that the best shooter in that situation is
Yo, salute Freezie, salute Cole, salute to the chat.
What's up?
Wish we had a happier ending to tonight's game. I'm not gonna be too flippant about it or trip about it. I mean, it happens. I think there's a lot of good things we could take away from the game. There's also a lot of things we should just throw away.
right.
Yeah, like I want to say like Randall's process wasn't wrong in theory. Like they kept putting smaller guys on him. You want him to attack, of course, but at some point you got to switch to like your facilitator mode.
Right.
If you're gonna attack the paint, you know Kristaps is gonna be there. If you're struggling to finishing, just drive and kick. Because we were getting open looks. We shot a high percentage from 3 tonight.
Yeah.
If we kept
we'll take that every night, bro.
Like to be absolutely honest, we played
44%.
To be absolutely honest, Freezy, we played pretty badly outside of 2 spurts in this game. Like 2 spurts where we had like quick 10-point bursts, and we weren't really playing. We were playing in transition when we had those bursts.
Right.
As soon as we started slowing it down and letting them set their defense, and then we just did the same thing over and over, we didn't necessarily get the results that we wanted. Quickly played well tonight. RJ played well tonight.
Yeah, for a large, yeah, his defense was great. I thought,
especially in the fourth. On Tatum.
Yeah, his defense was great, bro.
We figured out like, yeah, you can't put 6'4" Grimes on Tatum. Tatum's just gonna shoot over him.
He was roasting Grimes, bro.
There's just nothing, like, he was taking practice shots, because when you're that much taller than your opponent, nothing he can do can really affect you.
I mean, he has 5 inches on him, bro.
Yeah, and pause. And then let me did Lee just say he had 5 inches on him?
So this is more than
pause.
I mean, come on, man.
yeah, but nah. Let me just say this
Y'all
though.
cat.
It wasn't just the height though, because when Jason Tatum came down and did the half spin
It's the
and went back
strength.
into Mitch body and did the reverse layup,
Yeah.
he
Oh, that was
lost
crazy.
times, and that had nothing to do with height. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's
Oh,
one
him,
play. I
oh,
know
him
that's
putting it through the legs and dunking on, was that
Yeah, I
Randall?
didn't see him. I didn't see like I, let me say this.
I'm not saying the
Tatum
height
looked a
wasn't
bit.
the issue. The
Tatum
height
looked
is
a
an issue. So
the height is an issue, but Tatum
right,
looked a bit more explosive than normal. Like he
right.
was getting into the paint and actually yamming it instead of going
Yes,
for soft finger rolls and layups.
Mm-hmm.
right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Tatum
I
look
think,
he looks
uh,
stronger, bro.
yeah, I think like the only thing that kind of slowed him down, at least RJ has the strength
Right.
to stop him from his initial move, so he can get into his move and just take a pull up jumper or whatever.
And RJ shaded him RJ was smart, but he shaded him and forced Tatum
Mm-hmm.
to try to go with his offhand.
His left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see little nuances, bro. Nuances. You know what I'm saying? Like RJ sitting on that left hand, and you got the baseline there, and it's like so my
Mm-hmm.
man got to pick it up and pass it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. He RJ. Kudos to RJ tonight. Now he didn't shoot exceptionally well
Yeah, I
all
mean
night.
JJ, like there's a little bit more to the game than shooting percentages. Like I didn't mind the shots he did take. Granted, you want him to make some more of them, but when you have Brunson and Randall shooting what they shot 11 for 43 tonight.
Yeah, that's terrible.
When your top two guns are shooting 11 for 43, you're usually probably losing by 20 plus.
Right.
I think
Exactly.
our worst lineup, to be absolutely honest, tonight was the full starting lineup. They
Yep.
just didn't have it.
Sometimes, man, Jalen Brunson have these games, bro, where it
Yeah.
feel like he working for the ops, bro. Right? And no lie, no lie. I like Brunson. I like Brunson,
Mm.
but here's the thing. I said it, Lee. I said it in the broadcast. Like as soon as the broadcast started, I was like, "Yo, Jalen Brunson is defending the point of attack."
But we didn't have a choice because if you looked at their like starting lineup, just pick your poison. Like there's no
Mm.
weak player. Like when we go against other teams, Freezy, there's usually like a weak off ball player that we can throw Brunson on. Derek White is too good.
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Right.
respect him. Drew Holiday, we know what Drew Holiday can do, even against good defense.
He can get hot
Mm-hmm.
fast too. By the way,
We can't put him
Mm-hmm.
on Jalen Brown for sure.
no,
Can't put it on Tatum.
on Tatum and Porzingis, yeah,
So it's this. I'm gonna be absolutely honest with you, Freezy. This the Celtics are probably the worst matchup for the Knicks in the entire NBA. If we're talking about length, space in the court,
okay,
being able to attack mismatches, like Jalen Brown had a terrible game, but with this spacing on a normal basis, he's gonna get his 25, an efficient 25
easy,
over the course of the season. With
yeah,
this type of spacing, it was just to pick your poison. I just like I'm not gonna be too down on because we're not gonna play the Celtics every single night. And
yeah,
I'm there are things that I'm cool with in terms of us like we should have won to be absolutely honest with our top guns playing bad. But there are certain things that are evident that show like we have specific weaknesses.
the Nova boys are our weakness, bro.
Paid a guy. I mean, we paid. I say Josh Hart played solid tonight.
He had a big three also.
Dante didn't really do
Mm-hmm.
much on offensively. Dante
Jalen Brunson, oh my god, bro.
Archidiakono clapped really well on the bench. You know?
Yeah, he look his
Yeah.
warm ups look excellent, bro.
Yeah, they were clean. They were
Crispy.
very
Yeah,
clean.
very clean, very
Crispy.
clean.
He was crispy. Haircut looked good too.
Like what
Yeah,
Lee
yeah.
said,
I
extra
don't know
crispy.
what hair jelly used, but it was nice. It was sparkly and shiny.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
But
yeah.
there's a lot of things I can take from this game. I do like our next game is against Atlanta, I believe. I do expect
Mm-hmm.
Brunson to go crazy.
I expect the complete opposite, bro. I expect that because Atlanta lost tonight to Charlotte.
Mm. But I
Mhm.
don't
And
think Atlanta's all that good, but they might think we're not all that good.
I can't see Atlanta looking to be 0-2 at home, bro, on Friday night. I wish I can get down there, Lee. You know, I swear I wish I can go. You know what I'm saying? But man.
I'm not
Bro,
I'm not too like we did all the other things that are our calling card in terms of dominating on the glass, not turning the ball over. We just shot our two top guns just shot terribly. And like Randall had poor decision making. Brunson was just missing shots to me. At
I
least
think
yeah.
it
from
was
what I could tell.
I think it was the opposite. I think Randall had a bunch of tough shots, like those putbacks against Porzingis.
He should have
Like
made it.
both of them
Yes.
both of them flat foot underneath the rim, and Randall trying to muscle it up over a dude that's like 8'9".
I
You
think
know what
that's a
I'm saying?
that's bad decision making. Like if you have for instance, if you already getting into the paint and your man that was checking you and Kristaps is in the paint, somebody's open on the perimeter.
Right, right.
You shouldn't just keep trying to force it up. At some point, like Grimes was making some shots in the second half. I think you know what's funny, Freezie? I think we lost the game when Grimes missed that free throw on that and one.
Yeah,
That's where we lost. And then
Yes.
after that,
Yeah. That was
after that,
big. That was a big.
and then after that, when we missed that technical free throw, I was like, yeah, this nah.
yeah.
When Brunson missed that technical free throw,
That's what I was gonna say. When Brunson went to the free throw line, and we already knew he was working for the Celtics,
yeah.
and he went to the free throw line to shoot that, I was like, yeah, this is. Hey, man, and so here's the thing. Here's my takeaway from that. I think Brunson's an excellent offensive player, but what if teams have figured out all you need is in length to guard him?
Well, I'll say this, Freezy. Teams tried to put length on him in the playoffs last year, and he was still
Right.
roasting.
And
He
in
was still
Dallas, yeah.
and yeah, he was still roasting. So it's his game is just he lives within the tiniest of margins. So like I'm not flipping out about it because yeah, they'll be nice when he just doesn't shoot well, but
Right.
he's gone against teams that try to throw big wings on him and big guards, and it really doesn't matter. He was missing a lot of floaters. He was missing a lot of jumpers, like open jumpers.
I think he was getting better shots than Randall, and
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
just
just missing.
missing.
And I
Yeah.
think like Randall, like not even jab Randall. Randall missed a bunch of free throws. I want to say that as well.
Yeah.
But like the decision when I talk about decision making, when you're going into the paint and you just going up and you taking like bad shots in the paint, that's akin to like a turnover. And sometimes
Okay.
I feel like he was pressing because he's like they putting this little guard on me, but he's not realizing they're putting a little guard on him. But as soon as he beats that little guard, that help is coming.
The help is coming. They do that intentionally. Yeah.
Mhm.
So at that point, you just got to keep the ball moving, swing, get the hockey assist because we were getting open looks when we played with pace, when we played with decisiveness. But when we
Yeah.
were slowing it down, trying to play half court against a loaded up defense that's waiting for it,
Yeah.
that's what's going to happen. Granted, I think he missed more shots than he normally would miss, even with Kristaps
Right.
in his grill.
Right.
But at some point, like when it starts out slow, both Brunson and Randall, like if you ain't got it tonight, make those shot attempts go down to 16 and 15, not 22.
Right. I think
Spread it around because you have other guys on this team that are capable, and you draw enough of a distraction, even when you're off, that you're creating open looks for your teammates.
right. Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson had a game like this against Cleveland. I think it was game 3 where it looked totally like he was playing for the other team. He had a game like this against Chicago. Remember the Chicago game?
Mhm.
with Jalen Brunson and Grimes missed free throws. You remember the 9-game winning streak we had last year?
Yeah.
And Chicago
Mhm.
broke the 9-game winning streak against us
Yeah, we
in
should have lost that
Chicago.
game.
And Jalen Brunson was out there like the ball was slippery. I was like,
I
we
think
need it
I
more
think
quickly right there.
I think it looks worse because he's a smaller player playing against like giants.
Right.
So when he's not right, and his best attribute is scoring. So
Right.
when his best attribute isn't going for him, it just doesn't look as great. It's like uh, when
When
I
his
compare.
offense ain't going, bro, he looks like FBI informant number 2. That's what he looks like, bro.
He doesn't have like a down gear where it's like, yo, I ain't got it going, so I'm gonna turn into Kyle Lowry tonight, and I'm gonna just get these
Yeah,
11 and 12
yeah,
assists.
Lee,
a,
when
a point guard.
that man was 1 for 7, he saw Grimes in the corner wide open and turned his back to Grimes and dribbled to the other side of the floor. And
Yeah, I
shot.
want like some of that. Like when we talk about Grimes needing to be aggressive, some of it is on the players. Like you gotta
Mhm.
when you're playing with the guy and you see that he's not always aggressive, you got to put the battery in his back. If you're getting double teams and drawing so much like attention, get the ball on. We know Grimes is not going to be the most assertive when the alphas are out there, so the alphas got to put the battery in his back. You got to get guys going. Like if you ain't got it tonight, we have enough depth. Clearly, we saw it tonight. We had two guys, our two best guys, not having it going, and we still scratched and clawed damn near, and we should have
And,
won the game. So
right.
at
And
that point, you got to lean on your depth. You got to trust your teammates.
right. But Dre, you know what though? What you mentioned, and listen, I agree with you. Right? But NBA coaches are going to use the same game plan every night,
Got to
right?
adjust.
You
Or at
you
least
you, you
try.
think you think Joe Mazzulla? Hey, y'all think Joe Mazzulla is the only one that's going to game plan to stop Brunson and Randall?
Oh no,
Nah, they're
book
gonna see that
the
every
book
night.
been out on them for the last. The book first off, the book been out on Randall for years now, so
Right,
he knows what looks he's gonna get. But at that point, like when you start relying on your teammates, your looks will change over the course of the game.
right,
If like for instance, if Randall came out one for whatever, and then he started abusing them every time they collapsed in the paint with the assist or with the hockey assist, the looks will change. They won't be so friendly to bring the help. And then after that, he can steamroll and just be his one man. But when like even like these guys when they're playing, all these NBA players and coaches are smart, and they go to tendencies and dynamics of the game shift based on what you're doing and what you're seeing.
yep,
And there's like high IQ players. They might come out, they might not start hot, then they start facilitating. The game opens up. His
right.
teammates are getting going. They have to honor and respect the shooters, and they have to close out. And then that's when you have guys just start obliterating. It's hard to compare. But,
Let
but
me
yeah,
add just a little bit some other stuff to that too.
yeah.
Because I think you're spot on, right? I got an ice thing that's frozen, bro. So y'all pardon me while I'm trying to but
Okay.
I think Dre is 100% right. I think there are other things to add too though.
Yeah,
Once players start to get tired,
true.
right? Certain things open up. Once players start to get in foul trouble, certain things open up, right? So if you don't start the game hot, you don't necessarily have to just keep shooting and keep hitting your head against the wall. You can do other stuff. Like when Grimes, listen, man, listen, when okay, so there was a moment in the preseason where I saw when Jalen Brunson's shot was off. I think it was the last game of the preseason. And
Yeah,
Jalen Brunson was like 3 for 99. Just say whatever it was. He was terrible. Right? Grimes, they sent Grimes to the bench. Jalen Brunson didn't even talk to Grimes. He walked straight over to Dante DiVincenzo and was like, yo, you ready? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so that thing, it kind of frustrated me because I'm like, yo, Grimes has been here. You know what I'm saying? We can't.
Just as much talent.
We can't do Grimes like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Grimes is the starter, bro. We can't do Grimes like this. Grimes has got to touch the basketball, bro. I don't care what people say. I know Grimes is not an aggressive scorer. I know that. But still, Grimes has got to touch it. Yo, there was a Lee, there was a point in the game. I think the Knicks were down by 2, right? Brunson came down and shot the ball. No other Knick even touched it. Right?
Yeah.
Boston comes down and hit a 3. And then they stretch the lead on us again. Right?
Yeah. We're not putting the necessary pressure on teams. Like we're coming up trying to go against loaded up half court defenses with isolation. And it's okay if you want to do the isolation thing, but you got to be able to have a pivot when the first isolation move doesn't work.
Right.
I don't think we had that pivot tonight.
And how about just sharing the basketball? Can we do that, Lee?
Basically, yeah. And to make a long story short, I mean, for real, stop being a chucker, you know what I'm saying, and be more of a point guard, period. We needed him to be a point guard today, and he was just like any other cat on the field, on the court, missing. I mean, he looked like John Starks back in the day. You know how John Starks do. Like, no, okay.
Right. It's one of the things that I don't like about our offense. A lot of teams have like a catch and shoot guy, and they utilize said catch and shoot guy.
Right. Gotta have them. Yep.
You have to have them. Grimes is pretty much by far I'd say as far as our off-ball guys. As far as our off-ball guys, he is the best catch and shoot guy on the team.
Yeah, because Brunson last year Brunson was the best. Yeah.
But I'm just talking about off-ball, like the off-guard, where they're not running the offense to it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Teams spend a nice penny on those guys. However, 4 years, 60 million, like Max Strus, for instance.
Right.
You utilize those guys. You see what they have at the beginning of games, and then you see if they have it or not.
Right.
Max Strus had 27 in it, his first game.
Wow.
Jesus.
And they just paid him.
Jesus.
And you know what they did? They utilized his skill set. They were like, okay, you're a catch and shoot guy. We have a few isolation guys, a few playmakers. We're going to see if you can get going. And then that will release some pressure for our stars because they have you flying all over the place and they have to pay attention to you at some point.
Right.
You have to, like, Grimes cannot play however many minutes he played and put up just 6 shots. You have to emphasize using it. And then I'll even say this. Our starting lineup has 4 guys that can score. I won't say Mitch is a scorer. We really play on offense in terms of who's going to score. It's 4 out of the 5 guys that can score. There's no reason if Grimes is playing with guys that command that many double teams that he should shoot 6 times. Some of that is on Grimes. And some of that is on coaching, and some of it is on the players. Like it goes around. Like you have to emphasize featuring said player, and said player has to be aggressive, and said player also has to be featured within the offense. You have to have a pin down for him every once in a while.
Right.
Like if we think he's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, right? Kentavious Caldwell-Pope gets opportunities.
He get about 2 of those a quarter, at least. At least I when you watch Denver, bro, they make sure that the floor is balanced. Like they'll let Aaron Gordon initiate offense. KCP will get a couple of pin downs a quarter. You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray will get his ISO or whatever. Joker will get out in transition. And it's all these different things that Lee, did you know Mike Malone was Brendan Malone's son?
Yeah.
NBA coach. I forgot about that.
Yeah. His father passed recently.
Yeah, I forgot about that, man. I forgot about Brendan Malone, bro.
It's a bit of basketball loyalty right there.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, it's you have to feature and you have to make these guys feel like they're part of the team because sometimes Grimes will just get lost in the shuffle. And I don't think he's the type to be like, "Yo, give me the ball," because that's just not him. But if you
Right,
know this guy is lights out from three, get him
right.
a few looks every quarter. I don't see what's the harm in it
He- um,
because he'll be out there like a ghost until he hits a shot. Like,
yeah, I think part of that too is we want him to be Bradley Beal, and I think ultimately that dude might wind up being Danny Green. You know what I'm saying?
but his Danny Green Danny Green gets his shots featured in an offense. Like for years, even when he went to the Sixers, they were giving him pin downs because he has
Right.
a quick release. Like, when's the last time we seen Grimes get a pin down and it's a play just drawn up for him to get a shot off?
Boston in the
Never.
preseason. Boston in the preseason.
When
Oh,
when
oh
when
yeah.
who was out? When who was out? Freezy? How many of our starters were out?
Everybody was out
Exactly.
when everybody
Exactly.
was out.
I think this is what Tibbs' mentality is. We have to maximize what we're doing at all times. So we're gonna run this static offense every single time, and we're gonna rely on the players to make the decisions on what happens. And to be absolutely honest, we don't have the highest IQ players, so you're
Right.
gonna see the same result repeatedly. We don't really involve guys. Like RJ is not the best at it.
Right.
Randall is not the best at it. Randall tries at times. And we know Brunson is just not the best at it. So it's one of those things where you have to emphasize it has to have parts like implanted into your offense. If Tibbs is gonna be completely hands on and like call plays from the sideline at times, he needs to be like, yo, 2-5 flat and just run a pick and roll with
Right.
Grimes to do something. At least
Right.
have Brunson off the ball. But the only time that actually happens is if Quickly's the on ball guard. That's about it. I think Tibbs only
That's about
has
it.
trust in specific players to do specific things because he's just averse of mistakes happening. But
Yep.
if you make mistakes, there's growth from said mistakes.
Okay.
Well, in certain aspects.
What you think about that, Lee?
What do I think? I think, like what Dre just said, I think that's on the coaching staff more so than anything. You're gonna have to take some of the decision making out of their hands, and the coach is gonna have to start forcing certain things if we want a different result. Now, with that said, though, this Tibbs gonna do that. That's a hard onion to peel. You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
there's too many layers. There's too many layers to that, and too many people to go through in order to get that done. You know, I mean, somebody's ego is gonna get bruised. So instead of bruising them egos, obviously we're gonna keep going through this until until said player like Grimes is gonna have to be man up and grab his you know what and speak up for himself.
Right.
You know, I mean
Right.
that's just too hard. I mean, it's not too hard, but it's easier said than done. Better word.
Okay.
Those are the best ways I can say it.
I don't know. I respect what y'all saying. I just think we probably have come to this conclusion because we lost. You know what I'm saying? No
Hmm.
disrespect, right? Because there have been nights when we have been on here talking about Tibbs needs to give these players freedom to be NBA players and stop being so strict and structured. Remember those conversations?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's a give and take with that.
Right, right,
But
right,
Hmm.
also like before, like you saw me in the chat when you were doing the live watch along. It's a rough
right.
watch, man.
It is
Like
a rough watch.
I said,
It
Freezy,
is.
like I said, bro, watching the first half of the game, I was like, if I wasn't a Knicks fan, I wouldn't watch Knicks basketball. Like this,
Right,
it's, I'm
right,
not doing this for my health, bro.
Right. Right.
Like they putting too much gray hairs on me, man.
Right. Right.
So
Well, join the club, bro. You want to go gray or you want to go bald?
hey, look, man, I'm gonna be a silver fox, man. So I'm gonna keep it. But
I already am.
Yeah, man.
but like it's some of the stuff that I'm watching is just like we
It's
we make the
unbearable.
we make the game
Yeah.
harder for ourselves for no reason.
And listen, here's the thing too. Here's the thing too. To what Dre said, right? And am I frustrated that the Knicks lost? Yes, because I think this is one of those losses that's going to stop us from getting 60 and getting the 60 wins, and not in a sense where it's like, well, of course, a loss is not a W. No, what I'm saying is this right here should have been in the win column, right?
This type of law.
Yeah, this type of loss is going to be a what if loss next summer when we you know what I'm saying, having our summertime conversations. Like the Memphis overtime loss at the beginning of last season.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's going to be one of those what if losses. Man, what if we beat Boston, man? We'd have won 63 games. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the number is. Right? But tonight the offense wasn't just a Tibbs thing. There were a couple of plays
Bad
that I
decision
saw
making, man.
that I saw, and that guys that no there was bad decision making, but what I was talking about though is poor execution.
Right.
When quickly manipulated the defense and threw a bounce pass across his body in the paint to DiVincenzo, and DiVincenzo blow the layup. You can't blame Quickly for that, bro. DiVincenzo, all you had to do was make the layup.
He had no points tonight, by the way.
Right, and then two Quickly backed up and brought the defense to him to give him space to pass to Hartenstein, and Hartenstein bobbled the catch and then missed the layup. See, that has nothing to do with Tom Thibodeau or Quickly. That's execution. You know what I'm saying? Like some
hands ready.
Yeah. So
free throws, number one,
and free throws, bro, and then wide open threes we was getting.
I mean, we shot 40-something%. So
yeah, you're right.
So but like the worst ones, I think the most egregious one is just the free throws. Like you can't come into the season missing free throws, man. Like what do y'all that's probably one of the most, like during the regular season you don't get as much reps in to do normal practices. Like guys are not shooting a billion free throws during the season.
Right.
You supposed to be coming into the season right from the free throw line. I don't understand that one.
Dre, I told Freezie in the beginning, I said if we knock down 10 of those free throws, we will win the game.
Yeah, knocked down 5 of them.
Right. We won.
Knocked down 5 of them.
We won. And yeah, man. Ultimately, we lost to a better team on tonight. Overall, Dre, I've been saying it all summer, and I don't mean to be disrespectful to y'all. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just standing my ground on a point that I believe in. The Boston Celtics don't scare me, bro.
They don't scare me neither.
They don't. I've been saying it all summer. Who is Milwaukee? Who is Boston, bro? We got Boston's best. They had 2 of their star players on fire, and they still beat us by 4.
And I'm gonna say this, Freezie. If this is the best the East has to offer, sky's the limit for us.
And Lee, I've been saying it. I've been holding it down. I've been saying it.
I agree. I'll say this though. I think they just put that unit together. I think the best version of the Celtics.
Don't do that, Fred.
No. Hold on. I don't think the best version of the Celtics is not Kristaps scoring 30. The best version of the Celtics is Kristaps just getting 20 and Jaylen Brown just causing havoc in the paint. Jaylen Brown didn't do anything tonight. He was just terrible tonight. I think the best version of themselves, Tatum's gonna get his 30. He's gonna be in the MVP discussions. That's who he is. He's gonna get his 30. That's what he averaged last year. but I think the best version of them is when they have Kristaps just being the spacing threat that he is, and Jalen Brown coming downhill on one-on-ones while Tatum's on the wing, and they have all these two other guys that are facilitators and defenders with him. Because
Okay.
it's an on paper type thing, but I don't like. I think who they are right now, I don't think that's going to be who they are in 40 games.
Okay.
And I think we'll be better in 40
Does
games.
that only apply to the Celtics though?
No. It doesn't
Thank
only
you,
apply.
thank
It
you,
doesn't.
thank you, thank
It
you.
doesn't only apply to the Celtics.
Okay.
But in this respect, Kristaps is a much bigger cog for them in terms of how they operate
Right.
and their rotation changes. Whereas us, we're essentially running a similar rotation as last year, except now we have Dante. And Dante's a solid player, but I don't think he raises our ceiling that much. I think our ceiling will get raised by the individual play of Brunson getting better,
Right.
RJ getting better, Quickly getting better, Grimes getting better, Randall stabilizing and being who he is, and Mitch being who he is. I think that the Celtics ceiling can climb a little bit, but it's to be seen. Like Kristaps has never played a full season like that. Like we don't even know if they'll ever have that type of perfect chemistry. It's just one game. So
You've never seen Kristaps Porzingis on a roster like this though.
exactly.
Ever.
Right. Where he is the third or fourth best offensive player, maybe second or third best defensive player, and he doesn't have to be the focal point, where he could just go out there and just play basketball.
He had his legs tonight with his jumper, and he could play some defense tonight. Like he did essentially everything that they paid for. So they have some other things they can do to get better, but like there's a lot of things I can take out of this game where I think we're on a good path. I just need us to clean up the mistakes.
Mhm.
The Celtics. This is what the Celtics do because their head coach is an offensive mastermind, and now they have like spacing
I
at
wouldn't
all
say
times.
mastermind.
And his boss is an offensive mastermind.
I'll say, yeah, but they have the spacing now, so that will screw up with your communication, which is why Kristaps was open a lot.
Yep.
Like we were sometimes we were paying too much attention to Jalen Brown when he was calling for picks and stuff, things of that nature, and then we had miscommunications and they were pointing out during the game. Doc Horse voice was calling it out like,
all right, and it's the first game of the season. He horse already.
said that man need to put it like his voice is ashy when you get some lotion.
That man eat honey all day, bro.
He's like his voice sound like windbreaker jackets rubbing up together. That's what it sounds.
Stop it, y'all.
I was gonna
y'all.
say it sound like it sound like somebody. Lee, what's that thing? What's that? It sound like somebody be popping shrink wrap all day, bro. That's what his voice sound like. But he did an excellent, in my opinion, I think he did an excellent job tonight. I'm glad ESPN. Yeah, I'm glad ESPN shook it up, bro. Because Doc, when listening to Doc and Doris Burke, there was a level of modern basketball that they were speaking that you didn't know you were missing, because the guys that were talking were old school textbook coaches. And now that you have a recently retired coach in the booth, now you know what he said. Bro, like
he was pointing out how many times we were screwing up communications with switches because they have 5 guys on the court that can shoot. Like I think every guy in their starting lineup at some point shot 40% from 3 in a season.
In their career? Yeah, definitely.
In a season. Like all 5 of them. Derek White did it.
Definitely.
Drew Holiday did it last year. Jalen Brown has done it. Tatum has done it. And Chris did it last year.
I forgot about. Hey, Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says DiVincenzo over Obi is BS. If Randall and or Brunson are off, IQ and OB one half. You could talk stats about OB, but his win-loss record in games over 17 minutes is crazy career-wise. Easy baskets and threes gone by. And Paris Duggar, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris Duggar says, how are you going to win 45 games when you can't shoot well? Your best player can't pass or play D and no OB IQ dynamic when JR and Brunson no show. How? That's an excellent question. Those are excellent questions. Let's look at the second part of this one. He says, right, when Julius Randle and Brunson no show, how is this offense going to operate?
Just gonna have to
It'll operate exactly how you saw it tonight. I think the only thing that saved us was the fact we shot well from three and
Right.
we rebounded well.
Right.
But you're not always going to get both of those things. Usually the rebounding we're going to get. But if we
Yeah.
weren't shooting well from three, we would have lost by 25.
Right. Right.
And
Right.
usually if you have two guys, they Freezy, like these two guys combined for 49 points a game last year.
Right. Understood.
What did Brunson and Randall get tonight?
Man, I don't,
If you
man.
got it in front of you, if you don't,
20, 29.
they got 29 tonight. Yeah, that's
29 on 43 shots.
That's not good. That is abhorrent.
Terrible.
It is very
That's
very
Charles
bad.
Barkley terrible.
Terrible. That's terrible.
Charles Barkley.
And I want to say, like, yes, I think the length had them double guessing themselves or second guessing themselves, double
Right.
taking. But a lot of it was just misses. Like just
Right.
we've seen Brunson get length put on him in the playoffs
And him dominate again. Yeah.
against elite defenses.
Yeah.
I don't think the Celtics defense is elite just yet. I think they have all
Because it will be at all this year.
No, I won't. They got too many guys in their starting lineup that are plus defenders for me to say that.
Yeah.
Like we know Drew Holiday is. Derek White is one of the best defensive guards in the league that people don't really talk about.
Right.
Tatum definitely plays defense. So does Jaylen Brown.
Right.
And we just saw tonight how Kristaps can protect the rim.
Right.
Now they'll have to figure out how to do their rotations to protect against the 3-point shot. That comes with chemistry and communication and playing with each other. So that's part of the reason why I'm like, who they are right now tonight is not who they're going to be in 25 games. But we can also improve in that process as well. In that time,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna let me say this to what you're saying, because I get what you're saying. And Paris Duggar, thank you for those comments, bro. I think those comments are spot on, especially the second half of the second one that you sent. Right. My thing though is the Knicks coaching, to me, the Knicks coaching staff coach circles around Boston. Right. Now, not at the beginning of the game.
We didn't execute. That's I get what
But-
you're saying. Like we did a lot of things.
Right. But the point I'm getting at is if I told you we would hold Boston to 77 shots and the Knicks would take 97 shots, you'd be like, oh yeah, we beat the brakes off them. Right? Because generally we'll smother a team if we keep the shots close. Like if we take 86 shots and the other team take 84 shots, we could beat a team by 10. Because when we miss, we'll get offensive rebounds and putbacks.
But the reason why we I think it's the opposite reason. The reason why we like have a big disparity in shots is because number one, we don't turn the ball over compared to other teams.
Right.
And the extra shots come from missing, like putbacks. Like
it also it also came from us getting the ball up the floor though.
Yeah. And we're limiting other teams to not so they don't get offensive rebounds.
Right.
But like when you have a gap that big, you're supposed to win by 20. To be absolutely honest, Reezy. When you have 20 more shots than the other team, you're usually supposed to win by 20 because that means you just had way more opportunities to put the ball in the hole. It's just our main guys went 11 for 43. So,
And you were limiting their possessions.
yep.
That's the point that I'm getting at. When they miss, we rebound.
I'll
Right?
say they were pretty efficient, even though like they were efficient in those 77 shots they had. At least
Right.
watching the game and the free throws. They made the free throws.
Their free throws is where they got us.
Yeah, they made
Because
the free
if
throws.
both teams made the same amount of free throws, we win that game by 4.
Hmm.
You know, and I'm saying, and I know I'm doing the what if game, right? But Knicks fans, man, y'all, we got up 97 shots against that defense. That tells you one, there are some adjustments. There have been some adjustments made, right?
I was gonna say this, Freezie. I think just because of our sheer physicality and then we run 2 traditional centers and we crash the glass, the Celtics are not gonna run against other teams that are gonna give them that problem on the boards that we do. Like
Okay.
most teams in the league are not doing what we do on the glass. So like they'll probably have a hell of an easier time against other teams. Like they pose issues for us, but we pose issues for them.
Right.
Like they give us
We pose
spacing, so we
issues.
give
I'm
them.
saying we pose issues for most teams.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
because, yeah,
this is what you're gonna see every night from the Knicks, right? Us limiting their shots and us taking a bunch of shots, right? I think that is where we are going to expand our advantage in the margins. Like some teams expand their advantage in the margins by knocking down 3-pointers at a higher percentage. That's not going to be us.
no,
What
we're a volume team.
Yeah, what we're going to do is we're not going to shoot 50% from the floor ever, because we don't have, our star player is not an efficient scorer, right? And our second best player or third best player, RJ Barrett, is not an efficient scorer. So we're never going to be, we're never going to look like the Sacramento Kings, right? But what we will do though is gang rebound. Like how many people had 5 rebounds tonight? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 9 guys that played. You know what? 8 of the 9 guys that played had at least 3 rebounds. The only guy that didn't have 3 rebounds was Grimes.
Yeah.
Grimes didn't have rebounds, assists, blocks, steals.
But he only played 23 minutes, I think.
Right.
I think he should have played a little bit more, but they had a little bit of
DiVincenzo
reach for
played
the
15 minutes, and he had 3 rebounds and 2 assists, though.
But I'll say that DiVincenzo, when he does play, he's a very solid rebounder. Well, all the Villanova guys want to hunt rebounds and do the hustle stuff. But yeah, like we're not gonna shoot ourselves in the foot within the margins. We're not gonna turn the ball over, which is why our offense can sometimes be bogged down and pretty simplistic. Because we would rather get a bad shot up at the rim, just so we can get a rebound,
than no shot,
than nothing.
Right. Right. And so the free throw thing, I don't know if Tom Thibodeau addressed it in his post game press conference.
He said mistakes, so I'm gonna throw missed free throws on
missed free throws in there. Okay. So we made, well, for one, I'm gonna say the Tom Thibodeau stuff is coach speak. Let's throw that. Let's put that in the bin of when coaches don't want to throw anybody on the bus, they'll do coach speak, right? And so my thing is with Tibbs, listen, Dre, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've seen a lot of I think I saw the basketball stick with Julius Randle twice tonight, and he begged. You remember when Randle came down and hit the 3? Remember Randle hit the 3, and then
in the corner,
and then IQ got the steal.
No, he hit it straight up.
Oh yeah.
No. I'm talking about when Randle hit the 3. Boston inbounded and quickly stole the inbound pass. Right, Randle was at the top of the key screaming for the ball, And Quickly was like, "Nah, we ain't ready. We ain't ready
Now
to slow this
we
thing
gonna
down."
take a quality shot. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah,
he
yeah,
quickly was actually doing some point guard stuff tonight.
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. So what? Ultimately, what I'm saying is our inefficient superstar would have got that pass from Quickly and did what with it?
Shot it.
Shot it.
Boink,
Right,
boink.
right then, right
and,
then.
and sometimes you want your stars to be aggressive,
And confident.
but there are different ways to be aggressive.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So
if no matter what's gonna happen with Randall, if his shot's on or off, he's gonna draw a crowd. Like teams are gonna collapse. Sometimes I wish he would leverage the fact that teams are afraid of him
right,
to help raise the ceiling and make other his teammates better.
right,
Like there are more opportunities for him to just collapse the paint and get Grimes going, or get the confidence up in Grimes,
right,
or tell him, yo, you need to keep shooting.
right,
It's like some nights is just not your night. Like it might be fools, it might be silly to compare it, but like it's just like Jokic's mentality is just to make the right play
right,
every single time.
right.
If teams decide they're just not going to double him, okay, then he'll get 40.
He'll get 40 on
40 with
on
two
on.
assists.
He'll get 40. He'll get 40 on 17 shots.
Yeah,
Yo,
but
it makes you so mad watching him, bro. It's like this
but
dude is like,
He makes
okay,
it look
you
too
want,
easy.
yeah, you want me to score? Okay, okay, I'll just get this 40 points off 17 shots, and all of them look like I'm always wide open. And you like, bro, this dude talking about he 270. Yo, if Jokic ain't 300 pounds, bro, yo, I
Jokic
can't gonna
300,
tell me Jokic ain't
moving
300
guys
pounds,
out the
bro.
way.
Yeah, but he got stamina though, bro.
It's because he plays in Denver,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
trains there, so it helps him. But it's one of those things where it's like if you're not if you know you're getting doubled, like I'll, I'll say this: not every player can process the game at the same level. It's just like not every quarterback can get through their progressions as
Right,
fast.
right.
Is like
Justin Fields,
yeah,
Zach
like
Wilson.
yeah, yeah. It's like not
Daniel
everyone,
Jones.
Yeah,
yeah, like not everyone can survey the field and get the ball out in 2.2 seconds.
right,
And that's simply I think that's who Randall is.
right,
Watching game film or not watching game film. At some point, I think the coaching has to implement things that can make the game easier for him.
right,
Where it's just like you make a simple decision. It's like when you have a backup quarterback out there, you tell him you got it's one or two reads. If you ain't got it, throw it away.
What
Or
if I
run
was
it.
Dre? What if I was to tell you? I think that's what they did for Randall, and Randall probably should have had 13 or 14 assists,
And he just didn't really
and he just
execute.
didn't pass. Yeah,
Well, I would be saying that he just didn't like he was being selfish.
God, that's what I think. That's what I thought happened. I thought he got into ego mode because those two wide open looks in the corner for Grimes.
Oh yeah,
He
he
should
should
come
have
on,
just
man.
made the extra pass. It
He
wasn't
should have
shooting
just
well.
Mhm.
he should just passed it to Grimes.
And we've seen him make that pass too
Right,
with the sleight of hand.
right, easy,
Like as soon as he gets
easy.
it, it's going. But usually just thinking instead of just playing.
Right. I think Randall gets caught up in the matchups sometimes.
Oh. You remember when he was playing against Durant and they had him mic'd up?
Yeah.
He's like right back at you. It's like, oh god.
Oh boy. This cat think he LeBron.
But it's. I mean, when these guys grow up in America and they play in the AAU circuits and they go to these basketball training camps and these guys that they've known for so long,
Right.
it's some of it is a chip on the shoulder. Some of it is like I want to show that I belong and I'm
Right.
deserving of this, that, and the third.
Some of it is not in my house.
Yeah,
Right. Some
Mhm.
of it is, yeah, it's a lot of stuff. I get it. I get what you're saying.
and that's probably the reason why Jokic is how he is because Jokic doesn't really care
Yeah.
about none of that stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he
Jokic just
didn't
want to
grow up
go
in it.
home and go to his horses. It's it's like,
Right.
it's like he doesn't care about the popularity contest.
No.
He doesn't care about the sponsors. He doesn't care about having a signature shoe or having a shoe deal. He has one because he's so great, but he doesn't really care about it. If he never got
Right.
one, you don't think he would, I don't ever think he would like try to maneuver his way to one.
Right.
It, it's
That's
definitely
not his
an ego thing.
motivation.
Yeah, his motivation is to be as good as he can be, win as much as
And
he
win
can,
games.
and
Right.
go home.
Right.
But I think I want to say this freely. I think Randall is chasing that third All NBA.
I
I
think
think
so.
he is, and so be it. If you're talented enough to do stuff like that, go for it, right?
Go for it.
Yeah, and that is also generational wealth we're talking about that's being impacted. So I mean, go for it, but at some point you need to tone it down. It'll be your night on another night, but it's like the first night. It's the first game on national TV.
Right.
Of course, he wants to show up. I
Of
get it,
course. Of
but
course.
sometimes you got to tone it down and think about the greater good. Because even when the games aren't nationally televised, Grimes is gonna be there, like flanking you. You have to think
Right.
about it.
You got to think about Grimes. Right. And
Mm.
so it wasn't just those two to Grimes, but Randall got a offensive rebound, right? And backed up. Like I think they might have hit him and he backed up, right? And he saw
Mhm.
Mitch out of like coming towards the rim. I'd have just threw the ball up in the sky, bro.
Mitch would have caught the lob.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd have just threw it up in the sky. Right? That's Lee, it'd have been that simple,
Hey,
right? It'd have been
Joe, I saw the same thing when Mitch and RJ were running the break. I was like, why did you just throw it off the glass?
right.
Throw it off the glass.
Just throw it up,
You know
man.
what I'm
Let
saying?
Mitch go get it.
Hmm.
Play to our strengths. How about play to our strengths for a little while?
Yeah, it
Instead
just
instead of trying to play against the other team's strengths, how about play to our strengths?
we play to our strengths, and then we don't we. I mean, we were just doing like essentially we were doing too much
Okay.
instead of just doing what was necessary. Every time we did what was necessary, we went on a 10-0 run.
Right. Okay.
But I
Okay.
think the ball stuck in people's hands. Teams loaded up on us. I mean, it's part of like it's something kind of funny, but Randall. I want to say this. Randall. Teams try to throw smaller players on Randall and then bring the help over the top,
Right.
but it's not a new look that he's gotten. Remember, Caruso used to try to guard Randall,
Right.
and then it would
Yeah.
bring the help over
Yeah.
after he starts bullying. But as soon as like Randall knows himself that the help is coming. He
Right.
just needs to leverage it. He doesn't need to shoot. Like if you don't have it going after 14, 15 shots,
Okay.
just it's okay to be a decoy. This
Yeah.
was the night he was supposed to get 10 assists, or Brunson was supposed to get 10, 11 assists.
Yeah.
I don't know what the assist total
But
was.
Randall did that late though.
He did it late.
He was doing it late. Like he was like, okay, my shot not going. So he was trying to do it late. Now I'm not gonna be his attorney, but I'm also not gonna be overly critical.
You're gonna be fair.
Randall, for the most part, played a very, very, very good game. His shot wasn't going. Right. When you look
Hmm.
at when a guy has 11 rebounds, 7 assists, no turnovers. I mean, come on. And
Yeah.
he's a 250-pound power forward. I mean, we got to give him something.
They had Randall had 7 assists tonight.
Right.
Brunson had 6.
Right.
I think out of all the opportunities and the usage they got, I think they could have got 11, 12, 13 to be absolutely honest with
Brunson's stuff was in transition.
you. Yeah.
Easy,
But in
easy,
the
easy
half
assist.
court, he wasn't really getting assists.
No, he wasn't cooking. He wasn't cooking in the half court. He was
Mhm.
Emmanuel quickly outplayed him tonight. This probably it'll probably this is
leaps and
probably a
bounds.
rare it's probably a rare occurrence, right? That quickly will outplay Brunson this bad, right? But at the same time, I can at least acknowledge that it happened. Quickly was the best player on the Knicks tonight, in my mind.
By far, by
The,
far.
defensively, offensively, those two rebounds he dug out amongst Boston's bigs were impressive, right?
Hmm.
The shot go up and you see all you see is like 30 and 8 and Horford and then you see Emmanuel quickly come out the pack with the rebound, sprinting up the floor. You're
Hmm.
like, okay,
Yeah.
right, all right. So I don't think Brunson is going to be this bad all the time. Clearly, this was an ego game. I think those guys really wanted to prove a point. They
On
came
national
out,
TV firse game, they got
yeah,
Chris Stapps. It's like
yeah.
we wanted to show that we here and we don't go right back to the playoffs and have a deep playoff run. But
Especially,
it was too much. It was just too much going on.
especially the way the season ended, too.
Hmm.
The way Brunson season, FIBA ended bad. The playoffs ended bad. I think he wanted to come out there and prove to everybody that he was the guy.
You
And
remember what he said at the end of the last preseason game? He's like, "It's over." Like he just didn't want to play preseason anymore.
right,
He wanted to get to the regular season so bad, but
right,
sometimes when you're too antsy,
right,
kind of plays against you.
right.
Oh, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say right now, like, because we got like a tough little stretch. You know what I'm saying? The next 9 games. Um, that this will be the litmus test of where I think where we should fall. I think we will be remarkably better in Atlanta,
Okay,
and I think we'll be remarkably better, and I think we're going to use them as a punching bag to take out all the frustrations of Game 1.
okay.
Now, am I right? I don't know, but I believe that because I don't see Atlanta moving moving the needle against us
Okay.
at all. Even though you just said they probably not gonna lose 2 games in a row at home, I
Yeah, they
doubt it.
lost to Charlotte. Yeah, they lost to Charlotte road.
I'm not too
Well,
high on Atlanta personally, but
me
Freezy
neither.
thinks they're gonna be solid. So
Yeah,
we'll see. It'll play out.
yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
Trey Young had a
He shot
Jalen
terrible
Brunson
tonight.
night
Yeah, he shot
tonight.
terrible.
But what Trey Young does that others don't do, Trey Young will always have a high number of assists and knock down his free throws. So that's him.
Yeah, yeah.
But he's a
Yeah,
point guard. He's more of a pure point guard than say Jalen Brunson. Jalen
yeah,
Brunson is like a 5'11", maybe 6 foot wannabe two guard. To be real, you
right,
know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
Jalen Brunson is probing around to get his shot first, not
right.
not to
Hmm.
create or get a dump down and he has the skill, but I guess he just maybe doesn't have the mentality for it.
Okay.
So we'll
Well,
see.
I honestly feel like for us to be successful, he needs to dip into that skill. You know what I'm saying? Especially like nights like tonight,
He
because I
won't pass the
mean,
ball to Grimes, bro. It's stupid.
I
It's
know.
like watching Derrick Rose and Porzingis. Remember Derrick Rose and Porzingis?
Yeah.
Hmm.
When Derrick Rose would rather take a turnover than pass the ball to Porzingis? You're like,
Hmm.
Freezy, this is why I put some of it on coaching where you have to put some training wheels to like have plays put in just so Grimes can get some touches.
man,
Because if you just run our normal offense where just doesn't really have input and we just run our static offense
right.
and we run into like trying to get mismatches and attack double teams, then Grimes
Okay.
can go 5 and 6 minutes without touching the ball. We've seen it in the
And,
preseason.
and yeah, and those plays gotta be at least you gotta call up those plays at least twice or 3 times in a quarter, or
Okay.
when he's out there.
You can get him a dribble handoff. You can get him a pin down. Like worst players and worst shooters in the league get those calls on solid teams, by the way.
I think they ran a couple of things for for Grimes tonight, man. Grimes is a spot up shooter, man. That's just Grimes is a spot up shooter. So
he had a
So
nice
basically,
play
what
where
you're
he
saying is,
attacked the rim with a crossover with a layup. He had one nice play.
yeah, they ran all the screens away, and he was on that side by himself,
Yeah.
and he just attacked the closeout, and there was nothing. There was nothing but hey,
Well,
like
no. He crawled. Well, Drew Holiday came over for the help, but he was already like his momentum was flying across the court. So all Grimes had to do was make a little crossover, and then
okay,
he had to
okay.
lay up because Drew was coming over for the help after he beat the closeout.
Right, but nothing.
And
There
that's
was
why
nothing but
after
there was
that it was
nothing but
nothing.
green grass between him and the end zone.
Yeah.
So, because it was easy. It's not like he threw it down in traffic.
No,
You know what I'm saying?
He did like a little cross, and they had like a layup. Like he didn't do that
Yeah,
crazy, but for
yeah,
Grimes, that's a lot at least.
yeah. Man, are you guys still thinking that we're gonna win 60 games?
Oh, I never had that number. I do think we're gonna have 52, 53, 54, somewhere like
Lee, you still thinking we're gonna win 66 games?
that.
That's all.
Ah, man, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and not to say I don't support you. If we do win 60 games, I'm
You
not
gotta support me.
surprised.
You gotta support me, baby. Come on.
I'm supporting. I'm
That's what brothers
supporting you,
do,
homie.
bro. You gotta support me. Support me, bro.
Yeah, I'll support you,
You
man.
gotta
But
you gotta come
man,
up here on this hill with me, bro.
that's a
You gotta.
It's
yeah. I know that's a tough leg. That's a tough leg to stand on, bro. I'm just
it's
saying.
freeze.
And I don't know. The whole second, Drake.
Yeah, go ahead. Go
Not to
for
say
it.
that I'm scared. You good, baby? It's not to say that I'm scared, but I mean, I tell you this: let's shoot for the stars, and if we land on the moon, I ain't gonna be mad.
Yeah,
If the moon
yeah,
is the and if the moon is the NBA Finals, I'm cool with that.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna rock with you. Why not?
yeah,
You know what
man.
I'm
I mean,
saying?
come on, baby. You gotta support me, bro. Come on.
I got you. I got you.
Freezie, a man in the club that started a fight, but you had no choice but to stand with him and get your
Yeah,
ass whooped by 8 people.
yeah. We standing across the pool table from demolition. Yo, those spikes don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come
Well,
on, man.
but that's your man, so you got to stand with your man.
Yeah,
Hey, I gotta, like you say, roll with the
yeah, man.
punches.
Come on, man. We gotta stick together, bro. We gotta stick together like wet candy, bro. Come on.
God, yo, oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay,
Freezie, what are good things that you took out of this game?
Quickly is a star.
we gotta pay him.
For one,
We gotta
quickly is
find the
a
money.
star. Because the same excuses that we use for Brunson and Grimes and Randall and RJ, that same defense also played against Quickly. And I think Quickly was
He was
what,
lining
7
them
of
up.
10, 7 of 11?
He was lining them up.
Yeah,
That
Quickly
step back
was
three. Whew.
7 of 11. Yeah. Quickly
He
had
kept us in the game.
he had 24, 5, 4, 1 steal.
He was the best player on the team, and then I think RJ was the second best.
Yeah, I think RJ was the second best. And everybody else had splash moments. Like I think Hartenstein had splash moments in the game. I
Josh
think
Hart hit a
Mitch,
couple threes.
yeah, I think Mitch had splash moments early, very early in the game.
Mhm,
Those
mhm,
3 offensive rebounds he grabbed early, and made us
mhm.
think like, man, Mitch is a monster. And then he got in foul trouble.
Some of
You
those
know,
calls were, some of those like I want to say like I think that Doc pointed out like Mitch got some calls put on him, but it wasn't his fault. It was because we were so quick to switch out on superstars to let superstars attack Mitch in isolation. And what you expect the big man supposed to do against Jason Tatum in space? But foul
man,
him.
that
Mhm.
Grimes half spin, we got to put that on tape,
Oh,
bro. That half spin Tatum put on Grimes, bro. We got to put that on tape. That's Shaqtin' a fool level. You know what I'm saying? And I'm laughing. Grimes is our guy. right? But on that one play, Tatum just got him, bro. And it could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. It just happened to be Grimes, is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he caught him, and then Durant tried to play it off like I'm switching.
Yeah, doing good with it. But
you got roasted, bro.
one of the
We
other
we
things,
put Mitch in compromising positions multiple times tonight. You
We
can't
we
have
always, but you know something. If Mitchell was somewhere else, he would be an all-star and defensive player of the year because other teams wouldn't put him in that certain situation.
right.
So that's just crazy. I mean, Mitch did his thing for the
Mitch
most
is his
part,
thing.
considering.
Mitch is his thing. But to Dre's question though, Dre asked me like, what are some things positive that I saw, like some takeaways. Quickly's an all-star caliber point guard.
if
And
he
the
started somewhere else. Yeah,
yeah, and the Tyrese Halliburton emergence type. You remember when Tyrese Halliburton played the 2 for Sacramento?
and then he would have the splash games when
Where he'd have like 16
De'Aaron
assists.
wasn't play. Yeah, when De'Aaron wouldn't play,
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh, I'm staring the ship tonight,"
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you have like a 20 and 15 game.
right,
he's like,
right,
I'm gonna show y'all something.
right. So
Speak.
the other
Oh,
thing that I saw is I don't think Randall was as explosive. Right, I don't think Randall was as explosive, bro. I don't think he could. I think Randall
he didn't
is
look like he had the
still,
lift.
yeah, like the quick twitchiness. I don't think it was all the
Well,
way
but
there.
I'll say this, Freezy. They were putting guards on him, so he couldn't really use his normal first step or advantage against normal bigs that would play against him
Right,
or wings. They were putting Drew on him, and to be absolutely honest,
And Brown.
you're not getting around Drew with a live dribble, especially not a power forward.
no, guards don't do it. You know what I'm saying? So
So,
a power
so
forward ain't gonna.
it's a little bit harder for me to gauge. And I'll say, if he goes against Jalen Johnson and he looks like he did tonight, then
Then we have an
I'm
issue.
yeah. But tonight I'm a rest off on like the explosive part because uh, Dame Lillard struggles when Drew Holiday's on him,
Right,
putting that forearm and stopping him from getting where he wants to go. And even though Drew Holiday's were giving up 30 pounds on
right,
he's super physical. And he's gonna
right,
get away with more because he's smaller. So
right,
so if
right,
you're already a physical player with a leash against a guy with leeway against a guy bigger than you, he's gonna
right.
get away with way more in terms of impeding Randall's like live dribble, especially live dribble.
So I have like 4 other things.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson played hero ball tonight.
Hmm.
The Knicks can't win with Jalen Brunson playing hero ball all the time.
Not against good teams.
Right, right, right. So he played hero ball against Miami and he caught fire for that series. Right. And he was on fire throughout the playoffs, I guess. Right. But in a situation where, you're 1 for 7 and your teammates are wide open around the floor,
Switch up your mentality.
pass the ball, bro. You know what I'm saying? Pass the ball.
Because
Um,
like
the
I
other
was gonna
thing
say, okay,
that
go ahead.
the other thing that I saw that I think Doc Rivers mentioned it a few times. RJ Barrett's finishing in traffic is getting better. RJ Barrett is strong, bro. And I don't know if y'all remember the play where he collided with Jalen Brown and Jalen Brown was sprawling like a bowling pin and they didn't
Bounced off
call the
of him.
foul, but RJ finished the layup.
Yeah.
And Doc Rivers was like, the kid always knew how to finish with these angles, but now, this is what he said, the kid always knew how to finish with these angles, but now he's strong. Look at what he just did to Jalen Brown. If this is the new RJ, bro, it's something interesting to look at.
I like it.
I'd say when we went to the bench and he started leading the second unit as like the first offensive option with him and Quickly going
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
We got right back into the game like nothing.
Right back into
It
the
was
game like
easy.
And to be fair, that lineup with RJ's playing the 4 or 3/4 with Hart, that's going to give a lot of teams problems,
Yeah.
especially second units.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like we can beat up teams second units and get back into game. Because to be absolutely honest, really, a lot of this game, our second unit or our backups got us back into the game.
Especially Hartenstein's defense on Porzingis on the perimeter.
Yeah, he was playing really physical.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, Tom Thibodeau's offense. I don't know what to call it. It looks like different.
Certain things.
Yeah.
But if
Yeah.
you have, but it's like this: if you have a specific kind of driver in it, they're gonna drive it the same way. But there's added wrinkles, like
I,
like
Dre, I don't know if it's fair. I don't know if it's fair to judge the offense with Jalen Brunson and Julius Randle being so off.
that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like they were off,
Right.
but their approach was no different than last year in terms of just being aggressive, shooting first.
Yeah, but the offense looked different in a sense that when RJ was looking to drive, a lot of those drives, Mitchell Robinson wasn't in the paint or even in the dunker spot.
Mm.
Now, I know it sounds like we're being like, oh, Uncle Freezie trying to find something good out of nothing. He trying to turn sugar out of, you know what I'm saying? But nah. But now you can't say RJ looked better offensively and then be like, well, it wasn't because of Tibbs. To me, that don't make sense.
I think some of it can be on Tibbs and somebody improving individually as well.
Right. It can be both, right?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like just get I want to give my man a little bit of credit.
His jumper looks way smoother, even though
Yes, it does.
even though the percentages may not have come out tonight from the mid range at least.
Okay.
Like he's more willing to take a mid range jumper, and his free throw looks solid tonight. He missed one. He missed his first free throw, the one and it was straight on. He just was a little long, and then he made
a little
every
strong
other
with it.
But it was straight on. It was just strong, and then every
Yeah.
other free throw he made.
Also, I don't know if y'all remember this play. RJ gets the ISO on the wing on Luke Cornett. And when he started backing up, people started screaming, no, no, no. And then he re-engaged Luke Cornett. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That kind of let me know that somebody was in his ear about backing all the way up to Westchester to get a running start.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? So there's that part of it also. Okay, I just got the random. I just got the random text, but yeah. Also, I think this is the best point guardsmanship of Emmanuel Quickley's career. This game.
Yeah.
And I know he had a triple-double one time. And I know he had like a 13 assist game one time. But those were against teams that were tanking. Tonight, he was playing against a team that could be the NBA champs next June.
Yeah, he was doing what needed to be done in terms of like if the defense was giving him looks to score, he was scoring.
Right.
If the defense was shifting and overreacting to whatever he was doing, then he was moving the ball. And it's not necessarily a direct assist thing. It's like move the ball to get the ball moving and get guys moving and engaged and active instead of just sitting there not thinking they're a part of the play.
Did you notice they ran the Golden State play with Brunson and Quickly in the game, the backcourt? They ran the Golden State play. They ran the Klay Thompson play. They ran the Emmanuel, the Klay Thompson ghost screen where Klay Thompson.
Oh yeah, he fakes it and he flares back out.
Yep, they ran that like 4 times,
Yeah.
or at least like maybe 2. Maybe my numbers are wrong, but I do remember seeing it multiple times, right? And that's just another wrinkle in the offense. It makes me think, well, if Quickly can do that, and he's 6'2", 190, why can't Grimes do that at 6'5", 205? And maybe he's a better shooter.
You gotta have trust in your player.
Yeah, you gotta want to score.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta want to score when he only wants to score when 3 of the top 3 scorers are out. But Quickly, Randall, and RJ are out. He wants to score then instead of just being assertive. Sometimes Grimes needs to realize he belongs. You're in the NBA for a reason. You have talent.
Yeah, he's giving me KCP vibes now.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with KCP. Is way more aggressive than Grimes is. Because when KCP gets the ball in the areas he thinks he can score from, he's putting it up.
He's putting it up, yeah.
He's not thinking about it. He's not faking and putting the ball on the floor. He's not kicking it as soon as he gets it. He's putting it up.
Right. No doubt. Man, I'm washed. I'm gonna get out of here, everybody. The Knicks want to drive. The Knicks want to drive is coming your way in T-minus 7 hours and some change. So I'm gonna get up and shave a little bit and walk the dog and do the Knicks want to drive in a few hours. And besides that, my voice has already sounded like Doc Rivers. So
get a lozenge.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stick my face in a beehive. You know what I'm saying? Unlimited honey.
Salute
you know what I'm saying?
You out here looking like what's my man? Pooh Bear.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So,
oh God.
Yeah, man. So, but anyway, man, thank y'all for rocking with me, man. I'm a swing back through in the morning, the next morning drive. We'll probably rock for like an hour and a half or so, and or longer depending on, But anyway, y'all got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I ain't got nothing. We kind of exhausted it.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna say this. Yes, this is not the beginning of the ending. This is just the start. Maybe one more game to go, fellas. You know what I'm saying, chat. So just take it easy. You know what I'm saying? And let's ride this wave.
Take it easy. Take it easy, right? Yeah.
We're gonna be
take it easy.
Yeah, we're gonna be all right.
We're gonna be all right.
Yeah,
because we're gonna be right up in the mix.
61 wins though. Me and Corey Lee, we're gonna get it tattooed on our neck. You know what I'm saying? When I come down to the A.
Right here on my forehead.
Bam. We're gonna be
with the Larry O'Brien too up there.
Yeah, man.
Right behind my ear.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, thank y'all for rocking with us. We're gonna get out of here, man. We'll holler at y'all later, y'all.
Peace.